The boat's sinking. The boat is sinking. What are we gonna do?
Hello, I'm Adam.
I'm Lauren.
And this is Shanti. We all live together on board our 59-foot narrowboat.
Join us as we show you what our day-to-day life is like living on the British waterways.
In our last video, we mentioned that our plans have changed quite a lot. We were up near Manchester ready to get our boat lifted out the water for blacking, but due to the weather it got cancelled. So we've now got 2 weeks to cover around 110 miles of canal, which is approximately about 65 hours of cruising. And of course, in true boat life, we faced various ups and downs along the journey, some of which you'll see in this video.
Blue sky today. We're on the move again. Feels so good to be on the move. We're moving every single day. Yesterday, I think we only did like a couple of hours. But yeah, pretty much we're doing like 5, 6, 7 hours a day, every day. But it feels good because it means that we get up really early, and sometimes we're blessed with the sun. Well, that's not always been the case. It's been raining a lot as well, but we just have to get on with it. And Shanti's a happy boy because he's been outside pretty much all day, every day. So it's been going on for like 8-hour walks because I walk alongside the boat a lot of the time, especially if we're doing the locks, which we are today. So yeah, but that was good.
The whole journey consists of 93 locks. If you're new here, locks are the way in which boats can go up and over the hills by altering water levels. They are actually one of my favourite parts of the canal. Every lock has its own quirk and interesting plants grow inside the cracks of the bricks. They're also a great way to keep fit. We are at Gailey Bridge, and this is an interesting lock because there is a bridge right there and they've built the lock for some reason, or maybe the bridge case, who knows, a little bit too far towards the bridge. So usually the doors come out here, so it goes in a straight line. Obviously the bridge is there, so they've put a corner on it. So I wonder if it's going to be as easy to open these gates. They're very different.
Yes, that was pretty easy opening those gates. And I've just discovered, just down there, I can't, how do you zoom in? See, I'm no good at this, but I'll show you. There is a little nest. How cute.
Although moving every day was really exciting and we were up for the challenge, it did, let's just say, test our mood sometimes.
It's cold, it's wet, it's raining, and we've got to move the boat. We have to keep on moving. Remember, keep being positive. You live a great life. Ah!
And it wasn't just the weather that was causing us some issues.
So, update. We decided to go into the weed hatch because we could hear a clicking every time we was reversing. The speed wasn't too bad, but then we were going up lock, so we were never getting some good speed anyway. So just pulled over and had a little look, and just show the camera what you've got in your hand. This, which is really tricky to actually get out because it's completely wrapped. So poor Adam has got his hand in the mucky water trying to figure out how to release it.
Oh my god.
No idea what that even is.
So we've pulled out that thing that we showed you before. We got some scissors and cut it off. And that was also obviously making the clicking sound. And now I guess maybe some more little bits and bobs that have wrapped itself around there. Some twigs.
It was just hitting that bag, that box.
Perfect. So we're all clean?
Yeah.
Yes. Well done. Thank you for being such an incredible human being. Look at, show me your hand. Wait, let me see the other hand. Ugh. Well, the sun's shining. Shall we clean you up?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So we're still cruising quite a lot of hours every day, which, as we've probably mentioned, we're not that used to, but we're getting in the flow of it. And one of the things is obviously we have a car. So when we've cruised like a good few hours yesterday, Lauren's been taking the car a little bit of the way, etc. However, now the car was probably about an hour away, which could be seen as quite a nuisance. However,
Not for us.
not for us. We've treated it as a way to get up early, come for a good hour morning walk. Obviously, it's a good excuse to walk Shanti. We were just reflecting actually about how it's actually been a blessing, because we think we're walking more and further than we usually would. Like, we always take Shanti out in the morning, but the fact we have an hour to walk, we know that's how long we're going to be walking.
Yeah, I've definitely been walking a lot more. Like, Adam's always walked Shanti in the morning for like an hour and a half, no problem. But for me, I've just been walking so much and it feels bloody great.
Bloody great.
So I'm so grateful.
After we grabbed the car, we made the most of the sunshine and got moving on the boat again, heading towards our next set of locks, passing through the lovely Shropshire countryside. Currently in a lock, making good distance today. We've been using this new app recently called Nebo, and honestly, if you're a boater or even if you're just interested in boats, it has literally changed the game for us when it comes to cruising. So it's basically an app where you can register your boat on there, and every time we go on a cruise we click this button called Start Voyage, and it tracks everywhere we go for us to see after, and it would tell us things like how fast we went, how much distance we've made. Don't know if you can see it here, but like, that's our blue line and how much distance we've made and how fast we've gone. But there's so many great things we love about it. Like, we've been on this canal before, so because we've been tracking all of our journeys, we kind of know how long it's going to take us to do each part, and we can see all of the journeys we've done in the past, and it just kind of gives us a real good overview of being able to plan ahead. I'm out the lock now. Don't know why I always try and film when I'm in the lock, and it kind of needs my attention as I'm leaving the lock. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about Nebo. So there's another side to the app we really like as well. So you can choose on it if you want to be public or private. And we've chose to be public, but just to like certain people we've allowed. So a lot of our friends that also live on boats, they're on the app as well. And we've kind of got this group on there. So we can see like where Ben and Emily are. We can see where our friend May is. And it's just kind of cool to like look on the map of the network and see where everybody is. And the final feature I love about it, and probably the main reason I want all boaters or people that are into boats to get the app, is you can leave like little check marks. So for example, last week we went to fill up water and we could see someone else that uses the app told us that this water point is like particularly slow, like the water trickles out, and it took them like 4 hours to fill up their water tank. So it just saved us time. We didn't pull over and use that water point, and we just went on to the next one. So yeah, just like a really cool way to connect the community even more, but through this app. So I'll put a link in the description of this video, and if you want to download the app, join the Nebo Club. So the time is 11 p.m. There we were, sitting in the boat, enjoying a cup of tea, watching YouTube, and all the power went off. And that's never happened to us before. So now we're like, what do we do? Well, we asked some people and they've said the battery isolator. I have no idea what that is.
Turn it off.
Luckily Lauren does. So we're going to go in the engine bay.
Turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on. That's how it usually works with everything, right?
Pretty much.
So let's see.
What one's the isolator? This one?
Yeah.
So just... What, just which?
Yeah. What
He said do it a few times.
Yeah, you've done it a few times. Now just check by turning that light on there on the outside. No, that's not worked, does it? Just keep it on.
It is on.
Oh, you've left it on.
Oh, the light.
Yeah.
It's a new day. We've woke up this morning and the power is back on. So I don't know what the problem was. We should probably look into it, but I'm the kind of person that now it's back on, just gonna hope it doesn't go off again. Fingers crossed. Just cruising past the Starbucks. Lauren's running to get us a coffee. Who says boats can't use the drive-thru, eh?
Here she is. Yes. Thank you.
And as I enter the lock, here she is with the coffee.
Hey, what a treat. Well, I'll tell you what, when you're going on the canal, it's not every day that you go and drive past the drive-thru.
What did we get?
Cappuccino.
Oi, oi.
Decaf oat milk cappuccino.
One of the last steps of our journey was going onto the river. We were quite excited, but know that the river has a current, so we were also slightly nervous. So we're in the final lock until we enter the river. The navigation warning system is on yellow. Would have liked it on green, but we're happy with yellow to proceed with caution. And once we go through this lock, we have our stretch of river. We're going with the current, so shouldn't be too difficult. Just might need a bit more control. You ready for the river?
I think so.
We're through the final lock. We're about to hop on and we tackle the river. And I'm on. Off we go. So normally the canal obviously doesn't have a flow, whereas here you've got the river feeding the water in. So it shouldn't make too much of a difference. If anything, we'll just go a bit faster, but it just means we need to be more vigilant with the control. So far, Captain's doing great.
Can't believe how fast we're going. Sorry.
Nice and slow, nice and slow.
It's like I'm looking forward and it's fine, and then you look to the side and this boat has never been this fast.
And also you've got these perfectly placed, don't know what they're called, but they would stop you, buoys maybe, they stop you going off anywhere unsafe anyway, so it's all good. It's all good. I think the craziest part of the river's done now. This is a really good test because we've now come all the way south to get the boat blacked and we were wanting to head to Leeds. We might be taking the River Trent all the way up to Leeds, which we've been told is quite a crazy river. So this is a nice little soft landing into what's to come. But I think you've done a great job, babe. Look, she's still smiling. I think she got a bit nervy at one point because we felt like we were going 100 miles an hour. We're probably going about 6 miles an hour. But you know, it's our home. It's our home. And after the excitement of the river and the electric going off, we thought it would all be plain sailing from there. Of course not. Well, we had quite the eventful cruise this morning. We came up another 5 locks, and the locks on this canal have a wash. So this is kind of like where this gushing water's coming from the side of the lock, and it can really push your boat side to side. So getting into the lock can be quite stressful actually, but we're here, we did it. We're gonna have some lunch and yeah? Yeah?
I don't think it's right. I think we've got a freaking hole in the boat.
What do you mean?
Oh my god, I think we're sinking. We're sinking.
Whew. Wow. What an experience that was. Just behind me, I think it's Turley Locks. The first couple at the bottom, the wash at the bottom is really, really strong. Second lock we went in, Adam was like, right, okay, if like it's windy or something, you have to cruise fast so that you've got that power, you've got that control of turning the boat and everything. But as he's coming through, the wash is just so ridiculously strong. So he's lost control, the boat is going quite fast and it's heading towards where all of the brick and the stone is, and you can see where it's happened before with other boaters because it's just a mess. So yeah, the boat smashes into the side of these stones and it was horrible. It's like, you know, when you can just see something happening in slow motion almost, and there's nothing you can do about it. And then I still had this thing in the back of my mind, this big bump that happened a few locks back, and I just started looking at the boat and I was like, Adam, the boat looks like it's really tilting over on one side. Like I could see the water line on one side, and then the other one it was just like very different. And I was like, the boat's sinking. The boat is sinking. What are we gonna do?
So my love,
Yes.
as we sit here on a boat that is still floating, why do you think that you thought the boat was sinking?
Well, because I'm erratic. Well, I was just so conscious of the boat at that moment because of what had happened. So I was looking at the boat very intensely, and I swear that where the water line is usually was a lot higher on one side than usual.
It was funny when you were saying it because obviously you called me out and then we were both looking, and like Lauren said, usually we can see like where the water line usually sits on the boat, and it felt like we could see more and more of it.
Yeah, and that was the side that it was hit as well. So it was just like, oh my God, it makes sense. I was just like, in that moment, I honestly thought that our boat was going to be touching the bottom. Like,
I could see that. So what we did was we panicked and we called for some help, and look what we ended up doing. So during our panic, our first step was we called someone and they said we need to drill a hole in the floor to see if there was any water coming through it. So we run with the drill, we drill this hole and we look inside and there was no water.
so we called him back and he said, where did you drill the hole?
And obviously we said in the living room, and he said, well, no, because your boat tilts that way. So if there's going to be water, you're going to see it at the back of the boat. So we just drilled that hole, and then we went to drill another hole.
So I drilled another hole in the back of the boat under here.
And when you looked in that hole, was there any water in there?
No.
So in reflection, what do you think the actual problem was?
Me?
She's crazy sometimes. But I understand, it's our home. But one thing I think we did learn is in a state of panic, I think we worked pretty well as a team.
Yeah, we really did.
Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to drop us a comment below, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.